Wow, wow, wow. What a time to be alive, y'all. Obviously, I went through a lot the last hour trying to get this stream up. Yes, my mics went out. Yes, my cam link. I have a backup. The backup didn't work. This is brand new, okay? The one that I have on is the one that I dropped last game when it dropped on the floor of the Golden One Center on the court. And that's the entire issue with it fuzzling out. But it happens, y'all. I appreciate the patience. I apologize. Equipment, technology is crazy. It's beautiful when it works, and it's extremely disappointing and frustrating when it doesn't. Right now, I'm using a Rode mic that I use just for B-roll. You know, when you're just recording things and you want some Mass Effect stuff. Not the best of mics, but it's working nonetheless. And like I said in the Instagram story, my expensive Sony horseshoe gone. The mics, Sennheiser, gone. Don't know what the hell happened, but nonetheless, again, man, hit the like button. The link is right here. Would love to talk to you guys. Hopefully, it doesn't fizzle out. If it does, put it in the chat. I'll be more aware of it right now. Huge shout out to Medici Sacramento as well, right across the Golden One Center. The perfect spot to go tonight, Friday night. Light the beam. Right now, Sacramento is scintillating with passion, with excitement, and we all love it, man. And as I was saying in the first stream, y'all really thought the Kings were gonna lose this game. That's crazy. The NBA world wanted 7 games, and we got the 7th game Sunday. What a time to be alive. Again, huge shout out to Medici Sacramento, right across the Golden One Center. Best pizza in Sacramento. I'm literally scared to move, man, because if I move the little cam link thing, it's going to fizzle everything out. But I appreciate you guys joining the live conversation. Again, make sure you guys let me know in the comments below if it fizzles out. That way I can just move it like an antenna, it seems like. So I'm going to try to get this new one for the next one. Try and get this installed and ready to rock and roll, because this one seems like I really dropped it pretty damn hard. But again, what a time to be alive. The Sacramento Kings saved their season tonight. All they need is one more game to advance. I don't know what the score is for the LA Lakers. Let's find out. As a matter of fact, I'm super curious to see who was winning in this game. The Lakers are up 59-45, and as I told so many of you guys, that both favorites were not going to cover in tonight's game. The Warriors were 7-point favorites. They actually dropped to 6.5 as close to the tip-off, right? So the Warriors ended up being 6.5-point favorites. They were 7.5 for the majority of yesterday, for the majority of today, and then the Lakers were 4.5, 5 maybe point favorites. Both favorites were not going to cover, man, and I keep going back to that, and that's why I put $500 on the Kings today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew they would cover the game, and I knew they would win the game. So I definitely put my money where my mouth is, and I'm just excited to see the team perform at such a high level. De'Aaron Fox was incredibly him. There's no other way of explaining it, because the amount of toughness that he showed to continue to play through all the adversity early on, and he said at the half, like, I'm not blaming that. That's just me being sloppy. But he did other things to impact his game, and it was offensively. He literally played an all-NBA defensive type of game today. Like, he was masterful. He was staying down. He was locked into the game plan. He was scrappy. He was staying down, fundamentally sound. He had the discipline to not bite on Steph Curry's shots and just stay with him, make life very difficult. De'Aaron Fox is him, man. That dude, again, besides SGA, name me another point guard with those two, SGA and Fox's elite offensive game, that take on the challenge defensively and they try to guard the other team's best player or second best player. Because Fox has done that. He's taken on the challenge of guarding Steph Curry, chasing his ass around the court, which is extremely difficult to do. He's taken on the challenge to guard Andrew Wiggins. He doesn't fear anybody. That is a true competitor, just like a Jimmy Butler, man. That guy is just him. There's just certain individuals in the world who take on the challenge to be great, that challenge themselves to be great. Whether people believe in them or not, like they go and challenge themselves to be great. That's just the way it is. That's how you know when you're great. You put the work in, you believe in your work, you believe in the process of what you've done to get to this point. De'Aaron Fox, clutch player of the year. Fox is a damn dog, man. SBW9, man. Tell him, bro. Tell him. What a time to be alive. As a matter of fact, let's take a little listen to what the king of the fourth quarter had to say in today's game.
This is a smart water with an Essentia top. What are we doing?
Look at it. What are we doing?
De'Aaron James Ham, ESPN 1320. Game 7. Just how big is that for you guys to get this opportunity to learn, to grow, and to potentially, make it out of this first round?
I mean, like you said, it's a big opportunity. Everybody doesn't get to experience a Game 7. And not a lot of people get to experience a Game 7 in Sacramento. But for us, I mean, coming in here, we were worried about one game, and that was tonight. We wanted to hit first, hit second, hit third, hit last. And I think we did a good job at that tonight. I think, especially with our pace, I feel like we were in control basically the entire game tonight. And from start to finish, I feel like this is probably the best game that we've played this year.
De'Aaron, Chris Biederman, Sacramento Bee. Obviously, you just mentioned
busted their ass. That's why he was walking in so tired.
Bench points, points in the paint, possession game, all that stuff. You guys beat them basically in every facet. How much of a focus were the little things coming into this, and how important were they?
It was huge, especially when you're playing on the road. Those are the things that you really want to be able to win. Obviously, we can't expect Steph to miss three free throws and Jordan to miss 2 free throws. I mean, those are two of the best free throw shooters in the league. But I think that the only critique that I really have about our game is my turnovers tonight, and then them shooting 35 free throws. Other than that, I feel like we basically played a perfect game, holding them to 31% from 3. Obviously, Steph still shoots over 40, but I don't know how often you can really keep him under that. But other than that, I feel like limiting other guys, we did a good job at that tonight.
De'Aaron, to see the guys over the left over here, to see guys off the bench on the other side over. What's up, buddy?
Your left.
Oh, my bad. To see guys step up, Malik again, Trey Lyles, especially coming off the bench and playing that little small game. How big was that for you guys tonight?
It was huge. I mean, obviously that was an adjustment. Just trying to spread them out. Get Kevon and Draymond, who roams a lot. Try to get them out of the paint. And just attack the paint. And like you said, Mike said it before. There were times where we're getting too deep, and they have multiple guys around us, and we couldn't spray the ball out. So that was a big emphasis for us tonight, and I feel like that's the reason that we got so many good looks.
Look at James becoming a De'Aaron Fox fan. He was the biggest hater.
This is probably the best three-point shooting game that we've had. I don't remember the percentage for the other games, but that was a big reason why.
Brendan Nunez, Kings Herald. How have you seen Keegan grow throughout the course of this series? Playing all but 3 minutes tonight, and what does that say about?
I didn't notice. Damn.
What does that say about his future in this league?
I think we all know Keegan has a bright future. This being his first year, you're in a closeout game, and as a rookie, you're playing 45 minutes. Obviously,
he really was.
We can talk about how he shot, but he hit some big shots for us. He was big in the beginning of the game for us. Also having 11 rebounds. He's out there chasing Klay at times. He's switching on a Steph. He's doing things that you're really expecting a vet to do. And he's having success. And he knows that we're going to continue to be confident in him regardless of how he's shooting. He hasn't had the best shooting series, but he's had big games for us. And he knows that we're going to continue to ride with him no matter what.
De'Aaron, Jason Anderson, Sacramento Bee. The two things. Number one, how did the finger feel tonight? Any better, any worse? And then secondly, I'm curious just what you guys are kind of learning about yourselves through this run to come in here and show some resilience and get a big win like this.
I feel fine. Obviously at times it's going to hurt, but that is what it is. But for us, like I said, coming into this game, we knew our backs against the wall, especially coming in here, which this is one of the toughest places to play in the league. We knew that we had to do the little things. Like I said, I've said it before, this is a make or miss league. at times you're just not going to make shots. Even in the series, I feel like we haven't shot the ball well, but we did all the little things that we felt like we needed to do to put ourselves in position to win this game. And we got quality looks, and we made them. So I feel like that was really the name of the game. We had We had 18 offensive rebounds. You know, that's you're going to have a great chance to win. Even if you're not shooting the ball well, you're going to have a great chance to win if you're getting 18 extra shots. Not to mention the 10 steals, their 20 turnovers. Like Mike said, we talk about the possession game. That's huge. 20 turnovers and we almost had 20 offensive rebounds. We definitely put ourselves in position to win this game.
De'Aaron, building off of what you just said about playing in Chase Center, the 19-point loss is the biggest loss the Warriors have had in this building this year, just their 9th loss this year. Do those numbers mean anything to you, number one, and what do they say just about the resiliency of this team on the road?
Definitely. I mean, like I said, just the little things that we did tonight. I mean, we shot 38% from three. We've shot better. We made 17 threes. We've made more. We only shot 40% from the field. We've done a lot better than that in the past. But like I said, just what we were able to do as far as the effort game was big for us. And you going into another team's building, regardless of who you're playing against, and you have 20 offensive rebounds and force 20 turnovers, you'll be able to beat anybody. And with the fact that we were able to make shots tonight, we had a great opportunity.
It really was trash.
De'Aaron, Tony Harvey, NBC Sports Radio. So this game, final game, shift back to G1C on Sunday. What are you going to expect, from the fans? You know how crazy it is in that building. What do you expect from the fans in that final game?
It's going to be rocking. I mean, we've had loud games this year. Coming out for game one, I think our guys were amazed at what was going on. But going back there for a game 7, I feel like I said before, everybody doesn't get to experience a game 7. But not a lot of people get to experience a Game 7 in Sacramento, so I feel like this is going to be rocking.
Darren, Steve Kroner from the San Francisco Chronicle. There's a lot of talk about stemming the Warriors' tides when they get on one of those runs. I thought, in particular, there was an instance about midway through the fourth quarter. Steph hit one of his kind of typical, how can he...
Would you be interested in having
I'm curious to see what this guy had to say.
From the beginning, could you tell
Kerr.
maybe your guys didn't really have it, or was it other themes in your mind right at the start?
Yeah, I thought the Kings were the aggressor from the start, putting a lot of pressure on us defensively, and we didn't execute early in the game. There were 4 or 5 plays early where we just took quick shots or didn't pass the ball to the open guy. And I think at halftime we had 8 assists. So we just never got our rhythm. We never got into our game. But I give Sacramento the credit for that. They came out with more force and more energy, and they executed better. And so the right team won. That's for sure. They came in and earned the victory. And now we got to regroup and get ready for Game 7. Is there a reverb on this?
Yeah, just push it back.
Go ahead.
They changed up their rotation, went smaller. How did that impact the game?
There it is.
Well, they had momentum already before they went small, just from the force that they were playing with and our being in a rush offensively,
like, the Kings
taking
were locked
quick
in
shots.
defensively.
So I
they
thought
weren't hitting
even though
shots
we were ahead at the end of the first quarter,
run,
too, it didn't feel
but
great. You could kind of sense that. They were getting better shots than we were, and they were putting more pressure on us defensively. So, but it definitely helped them. It was a great adjustment by Mike to go small and to get more space in the half court and open up the floor a little bit. And they were able to make 17 threes tonight, and I don't think they've made that many in the series. So they obviously, having lost 3 in a row, felt the need to make a shift, and that was their big move tonight, and I think it really paid off.
Steve, Jordan obviously had the ankle issues going on earlier in the series, but how would you kind of assess his performance since?
Make sure you guys
Yeah,
join
Jordan
the
never
YouTube
really got
live
going
stream.
tonight, unfortunately. He got a little frustrated early. He had a couple plays where he didn't get calls, and he was trying to attack but couldn't quite shake free. So just a frustrating night for him. But it was a poor night for all of us, including me. We always say we win together, we lose together, and this was a team effort that
Join the live
includes
conversation
players
on
and
YouTube,
coaches.
man.
And
There's 70 people already on here on
The Kings
Instagram, man.
outplayed us,
Come on,
outcoached
yo.
us.
Click
deserved
on
to win.
YouTube. Come
Steve,
on.
just how disappointing emotionally is it? You get the
All
win on
you
the road
guys,
you knew
man.
you had to
Click
get.
on
You can
YouTube.
clinch here. You
I want you
rarely
guys to
lose.
call in on
and you can
YouTube.
clinch at home. And
Come on.
knowing what you've got
Appreciate
if you
y'all,
lose,
man. Go
what's
on
your
YouTube
disappointment
right
level? What do
now.
you think disappointment
Doesn't
level
mean a
is
lot
in
to
that
me.
locker room?
Show the real support
Yeah,
on YouTube,
everybody's
bro.
down right now. Of
Come on,
course,
there's
the
70
game
of you
just
guys on
ended.
there. Come on.
So this is all part of it. We've been through everything. We've won a Game 7 on the road before in the playoffs.
Yo,
We
it's
know
crazy,
we can
bro.
do it.
People be
but
going
we've
on
got to
Instagram,
regroup
like I said, man.
and,
Like, y'all gotta come
fill
here.
up the cup and get our energy ready for Sunday afternoon.
It's going to be a barn burner of a game, man. As you said, the Kings already had momentum because they set the tone early defensively. That was a beautiful thing to watch. As Fox said, they caused a turnover right from the jump. You already knew, and Draymond said it on his podcast. He said, them boys are coming. We got to be locked in. House, smiles. They thought they were going to close the Kings out. I'm like, come on, yo. Like, you don't know what's coming. The Kings... I just found it hard to believe that they were going to lose 4 games in a row. 1. Number 2, they haven't shot the ball well all series long, and they still have yet to technically shoot the ball really well up to their standards. And I get it's the playoffs, very physical. But Kevin Huerter woke up in the second half, and, that was great to see, but he was still really bad in the first half, and Sabonis was just a shell of himself today. He started off the game well, but he's not playing at the All-NBA level that he's been playing all season long. So you have really yet to see a Sabonis game, a Kevin Huerter game, even though he showed signs of that in that fourth quarter. And the Kings have won 3 games. See what I'm saying? And both teams can argue, well, we should be up 3-1, yada, yada. Point is, they're going to Game 7. The better team's going to come out on top. The first team to win 4 games. This has been, again, the best first-round series in NBA history, without question. 2 teams that can arguably be in the Western Conference Finals when it's all said and done. These are 2 really, really good teams that play the right way, that play an entertainment and entertaining type of basketball, a brand that's so entertaining that everybody loves to watch and enjoy it. Even the most recreational, casual fan has enjoyed this series. The numbers back that up. It's been so fun to watch these 2 teams go at it. The best point guard in NBA history and Steph Curry going up against a young rising superstar and De'Aaron Fox, who plays both sides of the ball, who is extremely humble, extremely hard-working, and tough as you know what. It has been a barn burner of a match, and they haven't really seen, the second best player play up to his potential in Domantas Sabonis. That just shows how much better the Kings can get. And then for the Warriors, well, again, they disrespected the game of basketball all year long by kind of just going through the motions. So-and-so was out. It happens. This is the one team that can flip the switch, as I said before the series started. I gave them too much credit for it, and they've shown the signs already this series. But in the Game 7, at home, in a hostile environment, it's going to be a hell of a game, man. It's going to be a hell of a game. That's the only thing I know, man. I just knew that it wasn't going to be the last time I was going to do a show at Golden One Center the other night. I just felt it, man. I just felt that. The entire NBA world wanted a Game 7 in Sacramento. We saw it, man. I love that Fox finally getting the credit he deserves, All NBA. I mean, that dude is legit, bro. That guy is legit. De'Aaron Fox is so good. For him to play at this level, to show the toughness that he has, man, that is amazing to watch. I encourage you guys to call in. The link is in the bio. I would love to hear from some of you guys, man. I'll put the link right here. Okay, copy V. Just quick calls. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Would love to hear from some of you guys. Appreciate all the love and support as always. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Lots of good stuff there. I'm trying not to move as much because I'm afraid that this damn cam link thing is gonna move and then we'll be all fizzled out. But so far so good. It'll show me right here, you know, if it starts to fizzle out. But James, I would love for you to call for the first time and man up. It's okay. Just say I was wrong about De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a superstar. De'Aaron Fox is him. Just come out and say it. I mean, you kind of already alluded to it. You said he's super humble from the narcissistic type of, you know, superstar that we do see in the NBA today. Just come out. I just want to hear you say it. That way we have it as a document. I mean, it's already documented. But come say it on video, man. That way there's no message lost in translation type of thing. Like, oh, well, I didn't mean... No, I want to hear it from your mouth because that matters. I want you to say, you know what, Leo? You were 100% right about De'Aaron Fox. You were 1,000% right about De'Aaron Fox, and I was 1,000% wrong. That's all I want you to say. That's all I want you to say. That's it. You can come on, just say that. But for you to disrespect the entire fan base all year long, disrespect me, thinking that I don't know what the hell I'm talking... Bro, De'Aaron Fox, SGA, the only two elite offensive point guards, closest thing to them in terms of offensively, and let's be honest, Jrue Holiday is amazing defensively, but he choked big time, and he's choked in the past in the playoffs. He's had a lot of blunders offensively for sure. So yeah, Jrue Holiday is amazing, no question about it. But to play at such an elite level offensively and to take on the challenge defensively, night in and night out, that is crazy. Like, you have to reward that. You have to reward that. We are getting national respect. We will be in TNT and national TV a lot next year. Many Kings bandwagon fans on the way. And it's okay, bro. Send them the application. The bandwagon application, y'all can sign it. Y'all can sign the apology form of De'Aaron Fox. Like, go ahead. It's okay. That's what happens when you start winning games. Like, we gonna have all those Warrior fans be Kings fans again because that's what they were at one point. You know, there's a Central Valley right in the middle. You can go that way or you come this way. They're probably gonna come back this way. And it makes sense. The Kings have a brighter future. And that's a fact because they got a 26-year-old superstar that makes everybody better around him. On the fact alone that he's playing through that type of injury on his shooting hand, like, that's crazy. To play at that level, come on, yo. I said Fox is an all-star, Leo. You also said he wasn't going to average 18 points a game in the playoffs. You said he wasn't built for the playoffs. You said he sucked defensively, which is a fallacy. It is a terrible narrative that's going around. Sorry, that went around for a long time, and I kept telling you, just watch a game and just look at the analytics. He's been in the 90th percentile all year long with his perimeter defense. The analytics hate his defense overall because he's not a rim protecting guard, which I don't want him to be. I don't want him to be that because his role is so much bigger offensive than any other guard that just has to focus on those types of things. Like guards, I'm not talking about wings specifically. There's multiple wings that are great two-way players, okay? I'm talking about specifically elite offensive guards, okay? Guys that put up 30 points a game. Guys that put up 25 to 28 to 29 to 30. Guys that are extremely efficient in the mid-range, attacking the basket, and with the three. De'Aaron Fox does all those things, and he's doing it on the biggest stage in basketball against the greatest point guard to ever live. Think about that. And Stephen Curry don't want to take on that challenge of trying to guard De'Aaron Fox. They're trying to hide Steph Curry. And the fact that the Kings were finally hunting his ass today, that was a great sign. I kept saying all series long, both Tyson and I, if he going to put Jordan Poole or Stephen Curry on HB, post him up. If they taking away your DHOs, okay, we'll find the mismatch. There are mismatches to be had. That's just a fact. And the adjustment wasn't posting up HB, which could have been one of the adjustments. The adjustment was to attack Looney and whoever that was by going small. So I respect at least the fact that Coach Brown was like, you know what, I got to change something up. I got to change something. Now, I didn't agree with TD playing because just because you play hard doesn't mean that you're actually good. Just because you play hard doesn't mean that you played well. Okay? Let me reiterate that again. Just because you play hard doesn't mean you played well. He had his moments that were positive, but to me, he had more negative moments today. He gave up a lot of points. He turned the ball over way too much, which is what he's done the entire season. Yeah, he had that great game on TNT. He has his rare moments. That's the type of player he is. But in this type of magnitude of a game, even a guy like Edwards, who again is a little bit younger than him, maybe it might be like a year and a half younger. I don't know how many years. Maybe 2 years younger. He fits a lot better with the profile that he has in terms of his skill set. Solid rebounder for his size. Solid defender for his size. That would make more sense. But yet again, I would have played Harrison Barnes with Trey Lyles in that small ball lineup. You get more rebounding. You got more scoring. You got more versatility. I didn't understand it from that. Again, when you win, it's all gravy, right? But if you're going to rock with that lineup again, you need HB in that lineup because HB, especially at home, he's shown that he can be really solid for you. He set the tone early with that massive dunk. That was fun to watch. Don Mitchell, my brother, man. The Grizzlies ain't going to win this game, bro. But I was, I was thinking to myself, man, if they play the Grizzlies, I'm flying to Memphis to go sit with you courtside, bro. For real, though. Barnes only 15 minutes. T doesn't get those minutes if Fox is completely healthy. I'm just saying, in that small ball lineup, I would have preferred to see HB instead of TD. HB not going to turn the ball over like that because he don't have those tendencies to want to score every single time. Like, he'll take what the defense gives him, which is what I like about Harrison Barnes. And TD has the tendencies to want to shoot every time he gets a chance. Like if he sees a basket, he gonna shoot the damn ball. That's just the way it is. Like, that's just the way it is. Right. My heart beats talent. Heart beats talent day in and day out. Disagree with this take. And that's fine. Just because you play hard doesn't mean you play well. That's all I'm saying. Him playing hard doesn't mean it was good for the team. He turned the ball over in critical moments that could have led the other way. And just because the Warriors didn't capitalize on it, again, doesn't make it a good thing, brother. Like, they got lucky that the Warriors didn't capitalize on those turnovers. And that's just the reality of things. Like, it could have gone south, and Mike Brown stuck with him. Respect. And one thing we can say is that Mike Brown stuck with Kevin Huerter today. And I was saying it myself. And millions of Kings were saying to themselves, like, take this dude out. He said, nah, I'm going to roll with them. The Warriors don't want a Kevin Huerter if he's making shots on the court. And he made some big-time threes. The first one in the corner, and then the second one, I think it was on top of the key. I think. But those were huge to extend the lead to double digits and just kept it there. Coach Brown went with what he knows. Sometimes that could be the demise of a coach because all you know is, playing so-and-so and so. That's what got me to 48 wins. And then you got guys like Steve Kerr who says, I'm going to make the adjustment to want to win the series. And that's what he was doing. Like, to me, up to this point, up to Game 6, Steve Kerr was out coaching Mike Brown. Make no mistake about it. And again, that's not a knock. That's not a slight on him. That just shows the experience of a head coach who's been there, have done that in this type of position and this type of role. Mike Brown was a part of that team. Obviously, he was his assistant. But to be in this position now, being the head honcho and making those type of decisions, he hasn't been in that in this type of role in a long, long time. 7 years to be exact. So, and actually more. The last time that, so the last time he was actually really good was with the Cavs, and the Cavs were in like deep playoff runs. But it's been a long time, and it's not the same being an assistant, regurgitating whether you're the defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, certain plays and making the right decisions, making the right subs. Like, those are key moments. And up to this point, he was outcoached by Steve Kerr. Make no mistake about that. And again, I love Mike Brown. And he's the best coach in the NBA this year. That's why he won Coach of the Year. But we got to keep it a stack. Steve Kerr was outcoaching him on every level. Steve Kerr saw that they needed to get a little bit younger. They saw that he didn't have enough shooting, so he put Draymond on the bench and he put, Moody Moore. That Game 3, Kuminga came in and he just dominated. Like, there are certain things that he did to really hurt the Kings, right? They really have done a great job on Kevin. Like, it's okay to criticize a guy that you love. Like, it don't mean that you're not happy with them. It just means that this is what has transpired before this game, 3, 4, 5, the last 3 games. That's just a fact. And it's okay. He had enough time to learn and make tough decisions and go with something different, because that's what he did today. He went with something different. See what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to make some changes and get a little bit crazy with it, man. You're on the verge of being eliminated and going home. Like, sometimes you got to do a little bit different things just to shake things up a little bit. Not anything drastic. Like, he hasn't changed his starting lineup or anything like that. But he might have to. I mean, people were like, y'all have to change. He's like, I'm going to go with what I know. And to be honest, like, I was against changing the starting lineup. I mean, even early on when Keegan wasn't playing well, I was telling people, like, relax. He does other things. And same with Kevin. Like, you still got to guard him out there, whether he's struggling or not. Like, teams are still, the Warriors specifically are still staying home on him. They're still crashing hard. They're still contesting his shots. They're still playing him very, very physical. Like, they're not out there leaving them wide open. Now, the Kings have had the most looks that have been open. Like, they've had the most quality looks out of anybody in the playoffs. And that's what I keep telling you guys. But it's just part of basketball. You're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. How do you face adversity? How do you respond to those things? That's what really matters, yo. That's what really matters. Billy, great win by the Kings. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. If Huerter gets going, my goodness, the Kings will run them out of the Golden One Center, I promise you. Facts. That's a fact. Siakam has a very good playoff record and never disappears in the playoffs. Barnes, 15 minutes is the best adjustment I have ever seen. I don't agree with that at all. They just haven't used him correctly. Like I said, like, if you're going to have Steph Curry on him, if you're going to have Jordan Poole on him, and just hide those two players and not utilize Harrison Barnes' skill set, that's bad coaching. Period. That is bad coaching. You got to be able to expose those matchups. If they're going to make you pay on one side, you got to make them pay on the other. You got to make them pay on the other. Period. 100%, bro. different players. Imagine how good Siakam would be playing for the Kings. He would be a perfect fit for the Kings. No, the perfect fit for the Kings would be OG, not Siakam. Siakam, I wouldn't be mad at it, but the fact that he makes so much money would be detriment to this team. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. OG would be on the cheaper contract. He's the better fit without question. 3-and-D, elite defenders what this team needs. They don't need a Siakam on this team, bro. The Kings can score at will against anybody. What they need to do is have an elite defender like an OG who can, again, we can go small and go with OG at the 5. Oh, yeah. Like, that would be dangerous as hell because now you got all shooting all over the court. Like, you put a lineup of, Trey and OG out there with all shooters. Come on, bro. I'll say this, from game 1 through game 4, there's been 2 days rest in between games. Now that it's 1 day turnaround, I think it catches up to them and very much plays in the Kings' advantage. 100%. 100%. 2 days rest between games when we were down the street from each other is ridiculous. So, yeah, it's definitely catching up to the Warriors. I mean, you saw it today. But at the same time, you saw the sense of urgency from the Kings. You saw them just lock in defensively and just be extremely physical. And I'm glad that the refs let them play through it. I really am. And the fact that they missed that elbow, the guy was standing right there. And to miss that elbow on Sabonis, like Looney effed them up bad. I wasn't aware that he was facing Tank Davis today. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really effed him up. Like, his eye was swollen. No call. Like, not even a technical foul, man. Like, that's just ridiculous. That just comes to show how much of an advantage that it's been Warriors a whole series, man. Not game 5. Warriors won out fair and square. But game 4, holy cow. Game 1 and 2 was definitely in favor of the Warriors. They tried to give them those games, and the Kings said no. Game 3, there's a lot of questionable calls as well. The Kings have been the aggressor the whole series. Malik Monk has been the one guy that has attacked religiously, relentlessly, and it's been so fun to watch because he has settled for some of the shots, but for the most part, he's attacked so hard. And you love to see it because the Kings haven't had that type of player besides Fox, and even Fox don't really attack like he does like that. Malik Monk is very, very aggressive when he attacks the rim. Like, he's seeking contact, which has been fun to watch. I agree OG would be a great fit also on the Kings. I think Siakam's speed for a power forward and his motor would combine with Fox. And wearing other teams down. I think OG would be unlocked on the Kings and would be a lot better than what he's shown. OG has certain skill sets that would benefit him a lot playing on this team in this type of an offense as opposed to a dribble, selfishly pass, Van Vliet, try to do it himself, pass, everybody's just watching and standing around. Like, you can't exponentially ask a player to be at their best when you have an offense like that. Like, you can't maximize OG in the Raptors offense because it's shit. Like, it's hard to really see what the value in him is offensively because he just looks like shit because the offense is shit. So you put him on this offense, you're going to see a different version of him. A version that's maximized to its potential on this team. So that's why OG would be so much better than Siakam. ESPN commentators were saying how many calls the Warriors were getting. Exactly. I mean, they're getting a lot of calls, man. So many fouls on the Dubs were committing against the Kings were not being called 100%. Especially, again, man, how do you not give just a technical foul, even though you can't go back because you haven't played the play? Like, come on, bro. Like, one mistake doesn't warrant another mistake. Just because you missed the call the first time don't mean that you can't rectify that call. Like, go call the technical foul and that's it. Like, he got elbowed in the eye socket. Now, if that was Draymond Green, they would have threw a fit. I mean, it would have been ugly. It would have been super ugly. Leo Siakam is not in his ideal role. Obviously, I know Siakam's not a number one, and that's how he's been featured the last 2 years. I understand that. But the reality is, on this team, if you remove this season, OG had so much success shooting from that corner, shooting from beyond the arc just in general. What was he at? 38, 39%, 40%? You're going to have an OG on steroids in this type of an offense, in this type of a free-flowing offense. OG coming off DHOs, downhill, off of great screens from Sabonis. Holy cow. I mean, that's just a different type of beast, bro. And again, 85% of the value is defensively, but offensively, just let Fox and Sabonis do their thing, man. Just sit in that corner and just be ready to shoot the ball. Or cut from the weak side, because again, there's movement all over the court. Just look at how Keegan Murray plays. He don't stop moving. He's cutting. He's making the defense react. Like in that offense, in the Raptors offense, everybody just stands around like idiots, just watching the ball. And again, I told you guys from the very beginning that was Nick Nurse. Like Nick Nurse had to go. And so many of y'all were just so scared because he won the title. I'm like, it has nothing to do with it. I love Nick Nurse, okay? And just like I love Mike Brown. But sometimes you just got to call them out for what it is, man. Like, they get paid millions of dollars. They're not on food stamps, okay? They get paid millions of dollars to be praised or to be criticized, okay? It's one or the other. And too many Raptor fans were afraid to criticize Nick Nurse early. I wasn't one of those people. I would go on Rob's pod, Canyon's pod, whatever it is, and I will say the exact same thing. The root of the issue is Nick Nurse allowing Fred VanVleet to be Fred VanVleet and allowing Siakam to be Siakam. That's a fact, bro. Go back to everything that I was saying. I get it. There is still a lot in play in terms of, we might make the play-in, we might make the playoffs early on. I understand that. But the reality is that Nick Nurse was a huge problem. He wasn't the biggest problem, but he was a huge problem in enabling VanVleet to do VanVleet things. And that was unfortunate to see. Fox outplayed Curry again. Facts. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is just him, bro. Why are we talking the Raptors? They all fishing. That's true. They out there in Cancun, baby. They out there in Cancun. We're just saying, who would be a better fit, Kings fans? OG or Siakam? Put the comments below. I've already explained. Like I said, either or would be nice, but one player would definitely be a lot nicer on this team. And as I said, if OG was on this team, I would have literally no doubts that they'd be in the finals. Now, would they beat the Celtics in the finals? Probably not. But I would have no doubts that if the Kings had OG right now with this exact roster, which is a hypothetical because obviously you would need to get rid of some people to make that work, they would be in the finals. But I have no question about no doubts about that whatsoever. He ain't got a dribble. He ain't got a dribble on this team, bro. You don't see Keegan dribbling. Like, you don't see Kevin dribbling much. Like, they're coming off of screens, brother, going downhill. Like, literally, Klay ain't dribble his whole damn life. And look at him. He's part of the Splash Brothers, greatest shooter ever. You ain't got a dribble in this type of an offense. That's what you don't understand, bro. This is about maximizing player skill sets. Okay? I keep telling you that, man. I keep telling you that. You don't need to dribble in this offense. You let Sabonis and you let your superstar player point guard do the dribbling for you. And you let those two guys get you open looks. Light the beam, baby. Light the beam, Vince. Need that wing defender who can shoot OG. Big facts. Big facts, man. What a time to be alive. Let's look at what. Let me see. Curious to see who else has spoken. Who else has spoken today? Nobody. Let me see. Okay, so I'm curious to see what Steph Curry had to say. What Game 6 Klay had to say. Let's see what Game 6 Klay had to say. Okay. Let's see what Game 6 Klay had to say real fast. Let's see what Game 6 Klay had to say real quick. I'm curious to see what he got to say.
Klay, after Game 5, you guys obviously were feeling good. You'd won a road game, 28 straight time. What's the level of disappointment to not finish this off at home, knowing you got a quick turnaround for Game 7? It's on the road again. What's the emotion right now?
Well, when I said that was the best win of the season on Game 5, this is probably the worst loss of the season. But I mean, there's no time to hang our heads. I didn't play very well tonight. 3 turnovers, minus 28 is awful. Luckily for us, we still have another crack at it, and I still have absolute belief in this team that we can go get it done on the road. It will be a tall task, but we are up for it. And
the attitude is different now. That's crazy.
Respond.
He's defeated.
I have 2 questions for you. The first, Steve talked about how he was
Klay
really trying
sounds
to harp
defeated,
on just
bro.
be ready for the level of aggression that the Kings were going to be playing with, the desperation. Do you feel that you guys were ready for that?
I mean, I don't think so. We let them get out to an 8-0 lead, and we had a lot of miscommunication in transition. Too many easy layups for them. Beat us up on the boards. So it's up to us to go to Sacramento and do everything we did tonight, but opposite. And I know we will respond. I just
holy
know
cow!
this team. I know these guys have played at the highest
sounds
level.
defeated.
I know what we're capable of, and we will respond like the champions we are come Sunday.
My second question, as a fellow shooter, as a mentor to a young guy like Jordan, what do you tell him, when he's having a game like this where it's just not falling?
He really was drenched.
We've all been there. Like, I've had terrible slumps during the playoffs, Olympics, at the highest level. Jordan's only 23 years old. Like, we lose as a team, we win as a team. So it wasn't on just JP tonight. I mean, he can come out and get 30 effortlessly on Sunday. So he just got to keep his confidence up.
I've never seen Klay this down
right
ever.
There, and he helped us win a championship last year, and if we want to do that again, he will do the same this year. So it's up to us to come in with the right mindset on Sunday and empty the clip.
Klay, the energy level seemed kind of low in the building with the team, and I'm just wondering, do you think it had anything to do with the time of the game, the quick turnaround? Or is there anything you can do to combat that? You have less than 48 hours turnaround this time.
Yeah, just realize that we're trying to defend our throne, and we're human. We've had plenty of bad losses on this dynastic run we've been on, but this is not the 4th loss of a series. This is the 3rd, and it's first to 4th. So we're right there, and we know we can go get one on the road. And as a basketball player, especially an NBA player, you cherish moments like the one we have coming up as far as a Game 7 in the playoffs. I know I will, and I know the rest of the guys will.
Klay, how would you kind of just summarize how big Moses has been off the bench so far in this series? He's seemingly ready whenever his number's called.
He's
Moses
been incredible.
been better
His energy,
than
his rebounding, his defense.
Jordan Poole has.
I mean, I love Mo. He's a true pro, and you never guess he was 20 or 21 years old, whatever he is. And I know he'll make big contributions going forward. But, yeah, Mo's just been ready, and that's what you ask of a young player, just to stay ready.
Klay, the Kings appear to have made an adjustment, specifically the small ball. Did you guys have a little trouble with that, or was there something else there that was causing issues?
Well, I mean, based off the 20-point loss, I think there is a safe answer of yes. But the playoffs are all about adjustments, and we'll make the necessary adjustments to win the game on Sunday.
Clay, what do you remember about that Game 7 on the road in Houston, 2018? It's the only time you've had a Game 7 on the road.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been a part of a few games. No, we had a Game 7 against the Clippers that we lost in 2014.
Yeah, that one. It was with Steve era, but yeah.
I remember it was just a gutsy performance by Steph, by Kevin, Draymond. Nick Young hit a big bucket. I mean, I was in foul trouble, but stayed ready, hit some big buckets to the end. I just remember how hostile the environment was. You know, they wanted to see their team go to the finals for the first time since probably, I think, 94 it was. And it's going to be the same type of environment on Sunday, but we've been through it all and we know what to expect. And we would like to come out on top.
Jesus, that guy sounds defeated. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see what Steph had to say, because I am very curious. That's crazy. That I was not expecting that from Klay. I really wasn't. That is wild. Klay really sounds defeated. Right? Here we go.
Steph, just from observing, it did
Greatest
not
point
look
guard to ever
like
live.
the energy level was real big from you guys, from the crowd at all, and that definitely the Kings had more energy. Did you feel that? Was it just a little flat for you guys in the beginning?
Fox, I would love for Sabonis to get a triple.
I mean, we didn't execute the way we wanted to. I don't know how it looked on the court. Obviously, you're in the fight and you're trying to, bring that competitive spirit, knowing how tough a closeout game is and knowing that they were going to play with a lot of desperation. We just had a lot of kind of mental errors, and they took advantage of it and grabbed momentum early. I don't know if that was an energy thing or a focus thing or whatever it was, but you have to be able to learn those lessons quick, because we put ourselves in a situation where we have to be the team that's playing with desperation, obviously on the road in a Game 7, and there's a lot of belief that we can do that. There's a lot of belief in every single guy that's going to be out there on the floor.
It don't sound like
that
it.
We can make the necessary adjustments. And if it is an energy thing, that's something that you can control and correct it. So you got to embrace the challenge of what.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be up for grabs. I'm just saying, for them to sound like this right now, that's really surprising to me.
They
Steph,
win. Go ahead.
Knowing how much you guys wanted to win this game and close it out, being at home, how concerned are you that some of the things you just mentioned were not where they needed to be to win the game?
I mean, a loss exposes a lot of things because, when you go look at the film and you see where the improvements need to be made, like, you got to be honest with yourself around what it was. So I felt like we were all on the same page yesterday when we were kind of preparing for the game and understanding what the task at hand was. Just didn't do it. So I'm not concerned at all. It's just, the playoffs presents a lot of challenges and a lot of different scenarios you find yourself in, and the great teams figure it out. And that's the opportunity that's in front of us. I keep saying it's an opportunity because we have another game to play. We allowed ourselves this, at least that, and now we have to, again, take advantage of the get right game and knowing how hostile that environment's going to be. Come with the right focus, come with the right mentality, and like I said, I got the utmost faith that we can do it.
Yeah, I got two quick. They went small and spread it out. How did that really kind of change the environment of the series? How did that affect the game?
And they made some nice adjustments to try to, like you said, give their guards, Fox, Monk, give them space to try to drive. Keegan got loose early. Huerter hit some shots, late, and it was a different look. So they have the ability to do that with certain personnel, and they push those buttons and it works. So we have to be able to make the adjustments because you assume it's going to be the same or a similar vibe. So, that's the fun part about a series. You see a little bit of everything, and that's why there's 7 games.
They've also been pretty transparent about they're just trying to run as much as possible. And these now at the end of the series, it's a lot shorter between games, including 12:30 tip Sunday. Was there any extra fatigue today with the style of play of the series, and also obviously a much quicker turnaround?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you had to ask everybody individually. It felt great and know we can keep up with that pace if we play with, our brains at the same time and understand how we can be effective on the defensive end, not turn the ball over and, just connect the game a little bit better than we did tonight. It's very indicative of just whatever was lacking in the first play of the second half. Nobody got matched up. Keegan Murray's wide open for 3. Like, that's not pace thing. That's just being connected. So those are the little things you're going to have to fix if we want to get out of the series, and I know we can.
Steph, what do you say to someone like Jordan right now?
We need him, and he's more than capable, and he's shown, the ability to impact games. And,
quick, this is gonna be. I'm gonna pause this because I got one of my brothers on here, man. My boy Joe Morgan. Give me a sec to put him on the screen real fast. What a time to be alive. Say hello and how are you feeling, my man Joe Morgan? What's up, brother? He can't hear you. Uh-oh. Did I mute you? Okay, you actually.
There we go. I think I'm good now.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was logging into here, so I didn't know I was checking in with you. But that was a great game, bro. That was a fun thing to watch.
How do you feel, bro? This is amazing, isn't it? What did I tell you, though, in text?
So you said we'd get to a game 7. You said it would turn out good. But, again, remember that I was out of the country for the first handful of games. So I haven't been in a good place to watch all this. I was literally in the center of the ocean with no signal. And I have like a little GPS thing that tells my wife where I'm at. And I'm texting back and forth trying to get live updates like in the middle of the freaking Pacific Ocean. So, yeah, it was nice to come home and watch one where they won because, yeah, that was painful the other night. So.
My goodness. A question for you. Do you think Steve Kerr benches Jordan Poole for a guy like Moody?
Man, I don't know. I haven't watched the whole series. Like I said, I was literally watching text updates of the games, so I don't know how he's playing right now. But I don't know, man. This is getting so physical. I don't think he's going to bench anybody because half of the team's going to be on fouls. Like, everybody was in 4s and 5s the last couple games.
Right, man. It's just been so fun to watch, and I'm just glad that you actually got a chance to watch it in your house today and feel the excitement. I just love the fact that Warrior fans left so early, and you started to hear the Light the Beam chants at Chase Center.
You know what you didn't hear either is I had to leave. There was like 3 minutes left in the game, and I'm trying to watch it on my phone because my son had a football game tonight.
Right.
So we're leaving the house watching it on our phones, like, it's just pathetic. It's like, yeah, nutty. But.
It's all good, bro. I just appreciate you calling. Just wanted to see your beautiful face, man. Say hello, obviously. Just wanted to feel your excitement, man, because you've been a Low fan for a long time, bro, and it's just fun to finally see, the loyal Kings fans have something to celebrate because it's been so fucking long.
Bro, 19 years since a home playoff win. 19 years. Half of the people in the arena weren't alive. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
God.
Like, there's people who are celebrating tonight who weren't alive the last time this happened. Like, it's just absolutely it's crazy, but it's nice to see. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about feeling confidence after again 19-point win, whatever the hell it turned out to be, and then to go home to Golden One.
Rock.
I mean, my confidence level is pretty high right now. You know, I hate
mine is too.
I'm just trying not to jinx anything, but it feels pretty good to.
That's how they felt though. Like that's how the Warriors felt after beating us in Game 5, going to Game 6. You know, potentially 4 in a row. But that's really hard to do, especially when you're a good team like the Kings. Like to beat a team to beat a team 4 times in a row, that's hard to do. So now it's going to be up for grabs. Like, who's going to get to the 50-50 ball, right? Like, those are the things where the Kings have lost the battle, except for tonight. Can they continue to be physical? Can Sabonis give us a damn Sabonis game? That would be key, and if he does, that'll give him a win.
And can Huerter come back and learn to shoot? Because I know he's had a rough couple days. And, man, when you get out of your rhythm, it's so hard to get back. He hit that 1-3 like late in the game, and I thought, okay, he's back. So
he ended on a good note.
Day he can,
right. Kevin Huerter ended on a good note. So let's hope that he continues.
Hopefully he gets that little shake off. Because, man, it's like, man, when you're a shooter and you miss just a couple times, and you get in your own head – and you can't get out of it, and hopefully that kind of shook it off. Sabonis catching that thing to his eye today, that was a little shaky. Hopefully that doesn't swell up to the point where his, but there's a lot of stuff going on. But
he better play with the damn eye patch on. I don't care what happens,
bro. And the kids on the bench are pulling it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been, I don't know, it's fun to watch. That's all I can say. Just it's really really fun to watch because this team has been painful for a long time. So, watching them when the stars are having a rough night and you get guys off the bench who are coming in and running it all, you're like, okay, well, they got 6th, 7th men. Like, this is outstanding. It's fun to watch.
First time in a long time. But yeah, brother, I appreciate you calling in, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, dude. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
All right, big dog. Great stuff there, my guy, my brother Joe Morgan, man, ex-military. I mean, this dude is the real deal. My guy, Joe Morgan, is the real deal. Very good friend of mine. To answer the question, though, do I think that he benches Poole? That's a good question, bro. I would bench Poole, but for the betterment of the Kings, I hope they don't bench Poole. He struggled last year in the playoffs. He's just struggling, and he really is, and he's a liability defensively, and that's what I'm saying. Where you have a guy that's struggling offensively, which is where he's supposed to be good at. You got to be able to expose that and not allow the Warriors to just hide him in the corner. Like if he's guarding Harrison Barnes, put Harrison Barnes in the post and allow him to go to work. He'll take care of him. He'll put him in foul trouble and give the Kings a great chance to win that game. Whether it's Steph Curry, whether it's, I'm not going to say Klay Thompson because Klay is pretty strong. But not many dudes on that team can guard Harrison Barnes in the post. Expose that matchup, make him pay for it. Make him pay for having a guy like that on the court, man. Do not allow them to hide these types of weak defenders. If they're going to make you pay for it offensively, make them pay for it defensively as well. And Moody has been solid. Moody's been really good. I'm surprised that they haven't played him more. Moody would be a great fit with the Kings. That's a guy that I would look at to try and trade for if he becomes available this summer. They're going to make a lot of big decisions, with Draymond up in the air. We'll see what happens there, but it's going to be interesting to see, man. My question for you is, will they light the beam on Sunday? The Kings will light the beam on Sunday, yes. They will light the beam on Sunday. Tatty707, what's up, man? Through all the Doubly, Hawks, and Federer picks, right, bro. Spencer Hawes, Jimmy Fredette, Quincy Doobie, all those dudes, man. Thomas Robinson, Sauce Castillo. I mean, damn, it's been hard being a Kings fan. Ben McLemore over CJ McCollum. Oh, my blood is shaking. Those days are over. Those days are past us, okay? Let's celebrate the now. Let's keep lighting the beam, yo. Let's keep lighting the beam. Like, who would have thought before the series started, too? How many people actually had the Kings taking into 7 I did. I mean, I had the Warriors in 7 before the season started. Like I said, I gave them too much credit for being under this narrative and perception that they could just turn and just flip the switch so fast because they're champions. But again, when you disrespect the season like that, when you disrespect the game and you just kind of going through the motions all year long, yeah, I'm gonna turn on the playoffs. Like, I'm gonna set certain guys out, rest them here and there. Hey, man, the basketball gods are saying, nah, fam. Like, this team is hungry. This team has a bunch of dogs on this team. Like, they got dogs on this team. And it starts with De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a dog. This man is playing with a damn near broken finger, man. With fractures, with ligaments that you can't even move that thing. Like, and again, he's not making any excuses, and that's what I love about him. I'll make the excuses for him and every other Kings fan, because we know that was a huge reason why he was turning the ball over early on, because he could not dribble the damn basketball. And once the adrenaline kicked in and he just got a little bit of confidence offensively, he just turned the switch on. In transition, attacking the basket, he just needed to see that ball go in. But he was locked in defensively from the jump. I mean, this dude was locked in. And again, not many guards that are elite offensively take on the challenge to try and guard the greatest point guard to ever live in Steph Curry. Try and guard a very good two-way wing in Andrew Wiggins. To guard Jordan Poole, who's in theory good offensively. Like, he'll guard anybody. He doesn't care who it is. He's going to take on that challenge, and you got to love that. And that's how you lead by example. That's how the rest follow. You set the tone, and that's how it goes, man. And that's what Mike's wanted from him all year long. Set the tone. You're the head of the snake. And he's done that. De'Aaron Fox is him. The Kings finally have a superstar. And it's amazing to see and watch them grow. And, you know, like I said, when I was having those conversations with them at McCooney, just to understand his psyche, his mental of where he's at in life. You know, he was still about a month and a half from having his baby, because his wife was due like a month and a half later, which was close to the All-Star break. And to understand where he was at from a mental perspective, like, it was so good to hear. And I was like, man, like, this team's in good hands with this guy leading the way. He respects his coach. He's never had a coach like Mike Brown who's held him accountable just from the very jump. You gotta love it, man. And as Mike Brown said, he still has another level to aspiration. That's freaking scary for the NBA. Because De'Aaron Fox is already so damn good. That is scary. Kings in 7. What a time to be alive, yo. What a time to be alive, yo. Let's keep on with the two guys said.
For all of us, JP included, is that next play mentality that is so important, you know, at this level, not just from the 82-game schedule, but also, you know, in a playoff series where you don't have to be kind of a victim of the last game. You always can kind of bounce back. And I have nothing but confidence in his ability to do that and understand, you know, to bring the right energy for this next game. So, you know, we've all kind of been there, been through those growing pains of a playoff experience, and it happens, but we all can play better, and we all got to play better for the win on Sunday.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, and this is going to be a hell of a game, man. That game's going to be close. That game will be really close. It's going to come down to a 50-50 ball, bro. I get it really, really well. That's it. Okay, we're back. The audio is back again. That's what I'm saying. Like, this thing moves. like this team controls it all. So that's the root of the issue, is damn Ken Link. Comment down below if the audio is still bad. But yes, it's crazy. Rocket team come G1. Okay, but yeah, man, that's like, I'm trying to think. Should we break down some of the film? I'm tired. 10-17. Yeah, I definitely got to fix a lot of these things, man. Like, it is so frustrating because I know a lot of people were on in that initial one. Whatever, man. It is what it is. The low people will always be on, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that are still here, whether it be one or whatever it is, man. But I got to fix some things that I wasn't anticipating, which is unfortunate, but that's just what technology does to you. You got to roll with the punches. You know, I'm using the damaged one. I don't know if I installed the new one right. I was like, man, I'm getting tired of this. I got to fix my wireless mics. I'm using like I said, a shotgun mic right now. It doesn't sound terrible, but obviously it's not as crispy as my expensive type of equipment. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support. It's been a damn good season. It's been a damn good season. And I'm just happy that y'all been here through the ride, man, through this journey. So appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.